Hi everyone, my name is John Mearsma, and I'm a technical instructor for Sunset Learning. For nearly 10 years, we've taught thousands of classes to students all over the world using a variety of audio and video solutions. We love it, we're good at it, and most importantly, we've worked out the kinks. We know what works, and we know what to avoid. Some of you, however, may not have had the opportunity to use some of this fantastic technology, and that's why we've made this video. We're going to show you the step-by-step process of starting and participating in meetings using Microsoft Teams. We're going to help you set up your audio. We'll go over video features, including chat and record, and then we're going to give you some of our suggestions and tips so that when you present, you'll come across clear, concise, and your coworkers will say, hey, you're really good at this. Scheduling a meeting using either audio and/or video using Microsoft Teams is pretty simple. We're going to begin by clicking Calendar. From here, we have the option of choosing the time that we want to schedule the meeting for. So we can browse through our calendar, we could choose the month, the day. Once we find the time that we want the meeting to be scheduled for, we're just going to select it. Let's imagine that we're going to select 5 o'clock on Thursday. Once we choose the option, the new meetings detail page pops up, and we're going to have to add some basic information. We're going to give our meeting a title. Then we're going to add attendees. You can start typing the name. The user pops up, just select the user, and then rinse and repeat as often as needed. Grab your users, add them to the meeting. If you want to add users that are not in your Teams database, then you're going to have to use their entire email address. Teams will send them an email as well. Next, we want to decide how long the meeting is going to last. We can verify the start time, the end time. We can choose whether or not the meeting is going to repeat every weekday, every day, every week, every month, every year. We can add a team or a channel. We have the option of adding a location, and we can decide whether or not we want to include details with the invite. In our example, we're going to let the users know that this sales meeting's to discuss the TP report update status. Once we have all the information that we want, we can click send, and it's going to send invites to each of the participants, and it's going to schedule the meeting. Now, for this example, I don't really want to send this invite out to Vic and Kristen, so we'll remove their names. We'll keep johnmearsma@hotmail.com, and we'll go ahead and click send. Once we click send, Zoom is going to schedule the meeting. We can look at the calendar and we can verify. In addition to scheduling a meeting, we can also choose Meet Now. From here, we can configure our speakers, microphone, camera, and we can also make a test call. To do that, we're going to choose Custom Setup, and then we can select our speaker. We can select our microphone. We can choose whether or not we're going to use a camera, and if so, which one. Once we have the settings that we're going to use, we can choose Make a Test Call.
To test your call quality, record a short message after the beep. Then your message will be played back to you.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Once we're finished, Microsoft Teams displays the results of our microphone, speaker, camera, and network connections. If we're satisfied, we can close, and then we're ready to join the meeting. To do that, we're going to click Join Now. The meeting starts, and we're the only ones here. We can add other users by moving our mouse, selecting the toolbar, and choosing Show Participants. From here, we can just type their name, select the user that we want to add, and then Teams is going to send that user an invite. In addition, we can also click Show Conversation. This gives us the ability to send and receive chats. We can choose More Actions. From here, we can record our video meetings. We can also turn off incoming video. We can start our video with the background blurred. We've got the option to share. We can share programs, or we can share our desktop. We've got the ability to mute ourselves, unmute ourselves, and we can stop and start our camera. We would definitely encourage you to play around with it. Take it for a test drive. Find out for yourself. Now we want to spend a few minutes going over some of our suggestions. Things you could consider when participating in your own Microsoft Teams video meetings. Our first suggestion, whether you're hosting or participating in a video meeting, is to minimize visual and audio distractions. Removing distractions on your screen and behind you will help participants focus on what you're saying. Pay attention to what's behind the camera. Consider removing pets, disturbing pictures, and anything else that can cause distractions. Avoid fidgeting with objects like clicking pens, playing with paper clips, excessively talking to others off screen. All of these can cause distractions. And that brings us to our next suggestion. Mute your mic when not talking. Human beings can make an astounding variety of sounds throughout the day. I always ask my participants to mute themselves when they don't have a question or a comment. I remind them that I'm not telling them to shut up. It's just if you don't have anything to add or any questions, just mute yourself. And then when you have a question or you want to talk, come off mute. The floor is yours. You can talk as long as you'd like. And then when you're done, mute yourself until you have the next question or comment. Our next suggestion is that if you're going to present video and all eyes are going to be on you, consider wearing solid colors because it just comes across better. Also, be courteous. Not everyone is going to appreciate seeing you wear your I Like Ike button. No disrespect to the 34th president. Moving on, our next suggestion is to face the light when you're using video. Facing the light versus having the light behind you can make a significant difference in how you come across on video. If the light is behind the participant, they sometimes look like they're in the witness protection program. Also, do a test run with the team member before you start your presentation. It just takes a few minutes to verify that everything looks good, everything sounds good. That way, when it's time to present, you can do so with confidence and you'll come across to others in your best light. Our next suggestion is that you should definitely consider using a headset in order to minimize audio feedback. Just about every option is better than using your laptop's built-in mic. Not all headsets are equal. I recently bought a fancy noise-canceling headset that blocks out pretty much everything except the sound of my voice. You don't need to go to that level. Remember that just about every option is better than using your PC's built-in mic. Our final suggestion is for those of you that will be sharing content or maybe sharing your desktop. Screen resolution makes a significant difference. We'll give you 3 examples. For the first example, I've set my screen resolution to 720, and the text comes across clear. It's easy to read. Here's an example of sharing that same PowerPoint using my laptop's normal resolution. What works well as an end user does not always work well as a presenter. And we'll give you one more example. I like to plug my laptop into a large monitor when I'm working on projects. However, this would be a poor choice to share to users in a Teams meeting. To make changes to your resolution, right-click on your desktop and choose Display Settings. From there, choose the monitor that you want to adjust. Scroll down to Display Resolution. It's my opinion that 1280 by 720 works the best when presenting. However, if you find that you need more space, you might be able to get away with 1600 by 900. The key is to test beforehand so you can figure out what works best in your situation. On behalf of all of us at Sunset Learning, we want to thank you for watching our video. We hope that we were able to give you some useful information. If we can be of further assistance, please let us know either by visiting our website at www.sunsetlearning.com/contact-us or by sending us an email at info@sunsetlearning.com.